Hey guys, it's Johnny. I'm here with more reaction and analysis content. Now my cat is right here. Let me see if she'll go on camera. Coral. Say hi. You can't really see her well because of the lighting, but she's sitting here asking me to pet her. Okay, anyway. We're looking at Creep by Voiceplay today, originally by Radiohead. I'm super excited because Voiceplay is generally one of my all-time favorite artists. So yeah, I'm really excited to see what they do with this song. It's kind of, I know Pentatonix released this song just a couple of months ago. I did listen to theirs, so we'll see. I'm not gonna compare Voiceplay to Pentatonix because they're completely different brands, but I'm interested to see how different artists interpret it. So let's take a look.
When you were here before, couldn't look you in the eye. You're just like an angel. Your skin makes me cry. You float like a feather.
Alright, so traditionally on a fun minor key, G major. Now, Creep as a song is very strange in terms of the key. There's a lot of like weird stuff that goes on. It might be in a different mode. It might not be in G major, but for now that's what we're gonna go with because I haven't really looked into it too deeply. We'll see if I can figure anything else out later. But anyway, I'm glad Caesar has this solo in the beginning because I have not been shy about the fact that he is one of my all-time favorite singers. I absolutely love his voice. I just think he has like such a great theatrical performance ability. So let's listen to this whole thing again.
When you were here before, couldn't look you in the eye. You're just like an angel. Your skin makes me cry.
The way he kind of swallows the your skin in. I don't know, he's doing something interesting with that vowel there. I also did want to say it's very interesting the mirror aesthetic they have going on with this. I'm kind of curious to see where the video goes. I did see that Ellie did the arrangement and the video for this one, which is cool. I feel like we haven't heard an Ellie arrangement since Queen, like 4 years ago. I could be wrong about that, but I'm excited to see where Ellie's going with this video. I also think it's very interesting because all we have going on in terms of the voice painting is Caesar's voice and Jeff doing some bass notes along with the snaps. But it's very, very stripped down. Almost nothing is really going on, which allows for a lot of moments of silence, a lot of reflection.
You float like a feather in a beautiful world. I wish I was special. You're so very special.
So that was interesting at this part. We have some chords going on up there, but there's some kind of static effect on the voices. Makes it sound like a staticky radio, is what I'm thinking.
In a beautiful world, I wish I was special. You're so very special.
I also wanted to listen to the build there.
Wish I was special. You're so very special.
So there's a very minor crescendo. There's a very minor growth in Caesar's tone as we get towards the end of this kind of pre-chorus section. So he's not putting much effort into doing that build. Meanwhile, the backgrounds, these voices that are going on in the background are getting significantly noisier as we go, to the point where they join Caesar for special. Usually you save the text and the background vocals for moments that are supposed to be bigger, like impactful moments where you really want to draw on the words that are being spoken. So it's very interesting to watch the way this is building.
You're so very special. But I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here?
Anthony's voice is just it's like so dark. Obviously, he's like a high tenor, but such a high tenor, he has such a dark tone to his voice. It's like so unique, so almost raspy. Not really raspy, but borderline raspy. So like gritty. I don't know. I listen to his TikTok videos a lot. He's such an incredible singer.
What the hell am I doing here?
And you hear how he puts a little bit more energy into that line, because we go from I'm a creep, I'm a weirdo, what the hell am I doing here? So we get a little bit more rhythmic drive for that one line. So we put a little bit more emphasis into the vocal energy behind it. So that was a good decision.
What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here.
I don't care if it hurts. I wanna have control. I want a perfect body. I want a perfect soul.
So interesting. Let's play this back to where Jeff takes the solo and listen to what's going on.
I don't care if
So nice drum fill from Lane. That is the only thing that's going on in that moment. So we get a lot of focus on it. That's very interesting.
it hurts. I wanna have control.
Down to a low B.
I want a perfect body. I want a perfect soul.
Interesting. I think that's what he does there.
I want a perfect soul.
Oh. Yeah. I also like that kind of like echo thing that happens in the background. It's very, very interesting. Is this far enough? Let's.
I want a perfect body. I want a
Trading off. So. Very interesting.
perfect soul.
I want you to notice I'm not around. You're so very special. You're so.
Ooh. He has such a clean tone getting up into that high B, high C range. That was so interesting too. And then how they echo it. It's probably the wrong chord, but it's like the way they repeat that 3 times and then echo it each time with the background voices. See, that's what I'm talking about. When he goes up to that special up there, there's like a certain unique like rasp to it that he hits right when he hits the first syllable, special, and then it doesn't last like the entire time, but like, it's so gritty. I love Anthony's voice.
You're so special.
So we're really getting some high belts from Mel here. No, we're not using the same metal grit that we would for Valhalla Calling or Seven Nation Army. It's more just clean, pure tenor belting, which I think is good for this song too. Also, I did notice the visual was the change. Now we're all together in a room, big like performance thing. Ooh, nice. gonna say, Ellie's doing a lot of the solo, and that's fine because we love Ellie's voice. I wanted to see where Anthony was gonna take the lead, so maybe this section. Or kind of just going through this chorus, we have a lot of drive coming from Lane and Jeff doing the rhythm section and stuff. I hear something like, it sounds like a real kick drum, or a real like big bass drum. I would not be surprised if it's Lane's voice because I've recently learned all the crazy stuff he can do with his voice. So I would not be surprised if it's him, but it sounds like a real bass drum that happens like on the downbeat of every other measure or something. And Jeff doing it like doing some like crazy moving stuff to outline these chords a little bit better and to provide more motion to the background, and some cool supporting harmonies from Anthony and Caesar. I actually heard them significantly more clearly than I usually do in Voiceplay arrangements. Cool. Nice. I'm not quite sure what that note is. See, this is what I'm saying. It's like, it teases my brain a little bit because the harmonic structure of this song is so very unique. We get a lot of, if we're in G major, we get a lot of that used to the minor 6. So I don't know, there's a lot of like weird stuff that goes on with this song. Ooh, that was cool. Nice variation on the melody there, and it is very much supported by Lane switching to the halftime beat for a second. So we kind of changed the emphasis that's happening on the beatbox. It's very cool. It's so cool. I like this part just as part of Creep in general. But let's listen to it again. So Anthony holds a while everybody else switches back to the main chord. So I end up with a suspended chord before Anthony resolves. And they're all on that chord together. Now, they don't stay there long. Because Anthony ends up riffing away from it. And I think that's like the chord changes to something funky and we lose it. But just for that moment of having that something that sounds stable in the song just for a second, it's such a cool thing to do in a song, especially for a song like I've been saying with all these weird chord changes and harmonic decisions. And look, it is supported definitely by the video itself, because look at how these lights flash each time we sing Run, and then when we get to that big moment, that big resolute moment, we have the lights just like going crazy. Oh my gosh. Alright, I want to play it back one more time, see what else is in there. So that impact is also emphasized by cutting out the bass and the vocal percussion for just a second there. So we have full focus on, I think it's just Ellie and Caesar doing that harmony there. Yeah. And then they all come back in for when Ellie goes up to that high note. Oh, and even these background vocals from Caesar and Anthony, we're getting a lot of intense builds that are going on up there. So a lot of passion in this section, a lot of fervency and all of the vocal stuff that's going on.
Whatever makes you happy.
Ooh. That was such a cool visual edit.
Whatever makes you happy.
So the camera, while we're in this big performance setting with all 5 of them, it focuses in on Caesar, and then it just switches to him back in his independent state with a mirror.
Whatever makes you happy. Whatever you want.
Ooh, that was so nice. I love his vocal execution of these lines. Now, it is interesting to build up to that big moment of impact, maybe for about 1/3 of the song. The first third, we have this kind of laid back section, very stripped back, as I said before, and then we slowly build up to this big kind of like performance style, and then it looks like we're going back to close out the song in that more reflective, intimate style.
Whatever you want. You're so very special. Oh, I wish I was special, but I'm a creep.
That's such good text painting. So this whole time that Caesar's doing this verse, we have the same motion that we had before in the kind of the background vocals where they're kind of interjecting text from the melody, or we get the snaps from Lane, or a little bit of motion in Jeff's bass line. But when we get to that, I'm a creep. I'm sorry, again, I just woke up. I have no access to my baritone range right now.
Was special, but I'm a creep.
So he does not hold the word creep out at all.
But I'm a creep.
It's like coming to a sad realization almost. And it's emphasized by kind of the funky chord that's being held out underneath, and they're on they're humming. It's syllables. So it just pause for a moment and just sit there. That's what this arrangement is telling you to do.
Sure, but I'm a creep. I'm a widow. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. I don't belong here.
So G1 from Jeff there in chest voice. Now we do end on that in the performance style again with all 5 of them on that G major chord. So I'm very interested by that decision because again, like a lot of the song is not very resolute, but it's almost like a Picardy third, which in old-timey music they believed that it was like a curse to end your song on a minor chord. So even if you play the entire song in a minor key, they would make the last chord major to kind of like avoid the curse of having a song in minor key. No, that's a very old concept musically. I don't know exactly when that's from, but that's not really something that happens often anymore, except when playing music from back in the day. Now, this is not a Picardy third because the song is in a major key, but it's very interesting to see what they did with this video because Anthony, Caesar, and Ellie both get a lot of solo time, and I think Caesar is really used as kind of like the main focus. It's almost like while they're in the performance style, he is right there with them. But when we dip back into that like quieter reflective state, there's a lot of contemplation that's going on about one's identity, and I think Caesar is doing a really good job as the kind of actor for that point. I don't know if I'm on the right track with the theme of the music video, but that's kind of what I'm feeling just based on this. So let's let it play out to the end one last time.
I don't belong here.
That's such a nice way to end the song too. Just a moment of resolution. That's really nice. Yeah, it's a very artistic video, very artistic arrangement. Absolutely, hats off to Ellie for this one. I would love to see more Ellie arrangements. It's the sickest thing. So I'm really happy with how Voiceplay has been lately. I think a lot of their videos are really reaching an artistic peak that they haven't in years past, and I'm very excited to see what they come up with in future years, or in future months, in the future. I don't know. It's early. But that's all I have for you guys. If you enjoyed my video, I would appreciate it if you like and subscribe. It really helps me out a bunch. If you enjoy actually, even if you don't enjoy Voiceplay, go subscribe anyway, because they need support. I don't know what I'm saying. It's too early. Good night.